It's live now. Would anyone like to discuss?
Corrosis.
Maybe I'll address it before we begin because I really don't like it when people say like something is good or something sucks, but they can't be bothered to explain why they think that. It's like people will give me crap for just saying like, oh, all I do is something is good or something sucks. Okay, so dang it, I lost my train of thought because of a random echo. Lovely.
We were talking about the waifu war.
No, I wasn't.
Right now, I lost my train of thought too.
Okay. I hate it when this happens. Lovely start. Oh, now that I think about it, there is another thing I really want to talk about, but I'll say maybe I'll start out with a couple of these things because Zack Snyder said something that really pissed me the fuck off. Like I'm so tired of this. I'll get to that in a minute. I'm just sharing out the link real quick, and then while I was checking, oh my god.
What happened?
Calm down. Oh god, nothing. Knives Out 2 is trending on Twitter, and I nearly had a brain aneurysm. Like literally, my head is in pain just thinking about it. If you don't know what Knives Out is, it's that garbage movie made by that douchebag Ruin Johnson.
Oh dear God.
Yeah. Ow, my poor head. This episode might end up giving me a headache. I'm not gonna lie. Because we've barely just begun, and already I just want to hit something.
Calm down, Kimmy. Calm down.
But yeah, I don't think introductions will be necessary because I'm pretty sure I've already had all three of you on at some point.
Hello, people. My name is Jamiku.
And you all know me as Maverick Sidex. Also known.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make a transition into doing more streams and podcast episodes. So but I just gotta figure out how to go about doing that because I'm not exactly the best at streaming. I'm not gonna say I'm the worst at it, but almost anytime I try to stream, I usually run into some kind of problem. I don't know if it's just due to my inexperience with streaming or maybe because I just suck at it. I don't know.
Anyway,
but I'm gonna try to do that. I'm gonna try to get a schedule for like one stream and one podcast episode per week if I can do that. If I can't, it's because podcasts are predicated on me being able to get a consistent amount of guests, which is harder for me because I'm not EFAP. Hell, I was barely even able to get unknown.
Okay then, I need to say something now. Anyways, if you guys don't know me, I am known as Maverick Sidex from Twitter, from 4 multiple accounts, and especially me from Discord. I am known as Maverick Sidex if you go on YouTube. Those who want to know about me, Kimmy will send the links, or I'll give you the usernames later on if you want to. I'll probably send the links on the comment section. That would be fine.
Yeah. So before we begin with the main topic, I might as well get a couple of small ones out of the way because I'd like to be able to get them out now. So the first thing is Zack Snyder said something that really pissed me off. I was on the Zack Snyder train for quite some time. I even made an attempt to defend him from Mueller and was even making plans to make a response to his Unbridled Rage video. I just hadn't quite figured out how I was going to go about doing it. Should I do it in a podcast format or should I do it in a video format? The podcast format may have made more sense because his video is like 2 hours long. I mean, it's a Mueller video, so what do you expect? And so even though I've been defending Zack Snyder for the longest time, Zack Snyder said something that just pissed me off, and it made me think last night, you know what? Fuck you, Zack Snyder. Mueller, keep doing your thing. Fuck this guy.
What did he say?
So this fucking asshole, this piece of shit retard, decided to say a black Superman is long overdue, to which the entire comic book community immediately started clowning him. Immediately. Just that typical, let's take an established character and change their skin color for literally no fucking reason. So I tweeted at him with this.
All right, let's see the screenshots.
So here we go. So I decided to post this. I posted, since you all want to play this hypocritical, race-obsessed bullshit, I'd say a white Black Panther is long overdue. And then I tweeted at that retard, Zack Snyder.
Is that
What about a ginger white Blade that looks like Postal Dude? That would be epic, because there's a lot of ginger characters that turn black for some reason. Why not
Like,
a ginger white Blade?
let me see if I can find the original tweet right quick.
Can you show the screenshot?
Because I do have the screen share on already. Pay attention. Now let me see if I can find it. Original tweet. And like I said, everybody in the thread was just absolutely pissed off. Zack Snyder says a black Superman is long overdue. Well, Zack Snyder, you can go fuck yourself. Go find a giant black man and let him fuck you with his giant black man penis. Since you want to ride black dick that hard, you fucking asshole.
Honestly, I want to see the ginger-looking, Postal Dude-looking Blade. You know Blade from Marvel.
I'll send you those screen caps another time, because I have the comic book panels, don't worry, but I'll save it for another time because that's not really the topic at hand. Maybe I'll try to see if I can work in some Versus stuff later on. But yeah, this really just agitated me, because I'm so tired of this race obsessed, like, oh, if I was black, I would be so offended by this mentality, because it's basically saying, like, black people aren't allowed to have their own original characters. We have to just give them hand-me-downs. It's like, what the hell? It's like, if you want to play this bullcrap card, then how about we get a white Black Panther? How about that?
I think this whole Black Lives Matter is taking it to a whole new unnecessary level.
Yeah, because and here's what pisses me off. You will see these people bitch all day long about whitewashing, but when it comes to taking established white characters and changing their skin color, nobody has a problem with it. It's the double standards that I cannot stand. It's like, I get it. There are people out there that argue, like, what does it matter if their skin color is changed? And to an extent, they're right. But here's the thing. It's these dipshits that make a big deal about it. If there's no point to changing an established character's skin color, then don't do it if there's no point in doing so. I remember when they announced that they were going to make Ariel black, a lot of people tried to say that, oh, what does it matter if her skin color is black? And I'm like, if there's no point in her skin color being changed, then why do it at all?
Yep.
Like that would be like, okay, I'll play your little game. How about we take Corey in the house and we replace Corey with a fucking Mexican? How's that sound?
Oh, no.
That.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty interesting, though.
We can call it Consuela in the house. Fucking assholes.
And these people, they act like as if established black superheroes don't exist, but that's not the case. There's Cyborg, Static Shock, Bumblebee.
Literally 3 of the most famous black heroes of all time that everybody knows and loves, even back before the MCU craze blew up. There was Blade, which everybody loved. I remember growing up watching the Blade movies. Everyone thought they were fucking awesome. Everyone loved them some Blade. Blade got 3 fucking sequels, and everybody loved Blade. Blade made a shit ton of money. Also, there was Spawn, which even though the Spawn movie sucked, that wasn't the character's fault. There was just a lot of production problems with the movie. But there's Spawn, which everybody loves. The HBO Spawn cartoon is one of the most beloved superhero-based cartoon anythings. Everybody loves Spawn. Like, to the point where Spawn is one of the most overhyped characters in the Versus Wiki. You cannot go into the Versus Wiki without somebody telling you that Spawn is basically God. He's unstoppable. And then, of course, you have Black Panther. It's like, you can't pretend that black superheroes don't exist. And don't get me started on anime. We have Afro Samurai, which everyone loved.
And there's also Michiko from Michiko and Hachin, which has become popular as of late.
Yeah, it's bullshit. Just take, and like you said, Cyborg. Everybody loves Cyborg. When Teen Titans is one of the most beloved cartoons from my generation of cartoons. It was so good that when Teen Titans Go was made, there was a unanimous revolt against it. Because it was nothing like the original Teen Titans that people loved. And I hate this. I hate this mentality. It's like, okay, you want to play this game, then how about we take well-established characters and just pointlessly change their race or sexuality for no reason? How about we take Captain Marvel and we make her a Islamic homophobe? How about we get a black Hitler? I think we need a black Jewish Hitler.
There's already
If you don't
one.
agree that we need a black Jewish Hitler, then you're racist and you're an anti-Semite and you should go fuck yourself.
Although actually there were black lesbian Nazis in one of the Battlefield games.
Of course there was. It's this mentality of let's take an established character and change them for no reason. This is like that time this idiot made a Aqualad comic and he just made Aqualad gay for no reason. Just made him gay, and the whole story is about him being gay. The fact that he has superpowers is irrelevant to the story. Just some guy made a great video on that. Like seriously, Zack Snyder, what the fuck are you on? Why do we need a black Superman? Why? Nobody's clamoring for a black Superman outside of fucking identity politic obsessed ideologues.
I thought there was already a Black Superman movie and it sucked.
Well, no, what it was, there's going to be a Black Superman movie. It's going to be made by J.J. Abrams. But anyway, it's just, and a lot of people in this thread were pointing out that there were already black versions of Superman in the comics. So they're pretending as if a black Superman never existed. And that's what I hate. I hate how they always like to pretend this is some new thing. It's not. Again, if you want to play this card, Zack Snyder, fine. In the sequel to Black Panther, I want Black Panther to be a white guy. Get the whitest motherfucker you can to play Black Panther.
Yes.
And like seriously, yes, to an extent you can argue that it shouldn't matter, but if it doesn't matter, then why do it at all is my argument. That would be like taking a Bleach live action and changing Ichigo to a Russian man for no reason, when Ichigo's obviously Japanese. And that's what pisses me off. People will always pretend whenever there is an anime live action, without fail, if they get someone who's not Japanese to play the character, even if the character isn't Japanese, people throw a shit fit.
Yeah, my whitewashing.
Yeah, and whitewashing is bullshit. Maybe someday I'll have to cover Nostalgia Critic's video on whitewashing because it's garbage. And it's a Nostalgia Critic video, so you know it's particularly cringe. But I just like I cannot stress enough how much this pisses me off.
Yep. Especially there's more blackwashing I've seen than whitewashing.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
the people praise blackwashing. I remember when they made the Human Torch into a black guy in that shitty ass Fantastic Four reboot. People were trying to praise that shit. What the fuck?
Yep.
And
And then
That
there's
movie was terrible.
Kimmy, what would you think if there's diversity washing, kind of like Undertale or redesign art, kind of like that, like the Muslims and the diversity, kind of like that of the diversity art, kind of diversity washing. I mean,
Like, here's what I'll say. So if you look into the profile picture I have right here, this character I made is supposed to be my take on a Middle Eastern character. She would be a potential main character if I ever decided that Snuff Machinery deserved a sequel. But anyway, if in a hypothetical scenario where I made Snuff Machinery, it was successful and I made a sequel and someone decided to make a live action of it and they decided to take this character right here and pointlessly change her race for no reason, I would be annoyed. I'd like, what the fuck? I made the character Middle Eastern. That served a purpose to the story and backstory, you dumbasses. If you change her to no longer being Middle Eastern, her character doesn't fucking work now, you morons. I would be infuriated. I'd be getting in touch with the script writer and the casting director. I'd be ripping up the script right in front of their face. I'd be telling them, if you ever try to adapt my source material ever again, I will fucking sue you. I would be outraged. Don't pointlessly change aspects of my characters for no fucking reason. Like, for example, my character Kimimorra having pale skin. The character doesn't have pale skin just for shits and giggles. It serves an aesthetic purpose. So if you took away her pale skin, there would be fucking problems.
interesting.
Yeah, I feel the same about my character. I feel the same way if they took my character and then said that he was trans or something.
Imagine if they call my autistic character, if they call my character said, oh, if your character has autism, therefore he's automatically trans, saying that all autistic people, even the masculine ones, are trans, which is bullshit. I fucking hate that.
Bullshit.
This would be like if somebody, like, for example, if somebody decided they wanted to make a Kodama no Jiken live action, and they made Rin a lesbian, turned Kuro black, and made Mimi into some kind of tranny or something, I would be fucking pissed because you're pointlessly changing aspects of the character for no reason. And if you made the main character a lesbian, the entire story completely falls apart. Because people don't understand that sometimes these tiny little changes can completely break a story. In the case of Kodama no Jiken, if you decided to make the main character a lesbian, the story now no longer works.
The tiniest spark can cause a huge explosion, basically.
It would be a blast to see the drama.
Yeah, and it would piss me off. I would be completely pissed off. If they ever announced a Kodama no Jiken live action and they pointlessly changed the characters' races, or they gender bent Aoki into a woman and made Rin some kind of lesbian, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you pointlessly fucking with the characters for no reason? Here's my point. Why would you bother going through the effort to buy the rights to a character if you're just gonna pointlessly change them for no reason? Why not just make a black character that's basically Superman? For example, does anyone remember fucking Hancock? That was already basically black Superman.
Oh, that movie, yes. Basically, yes.
Yeah, why is that we have to forget that movie? Hancock was great. Everybody loved Hancock, and that was basically black Superman. Hancock was fucking hilarious and badass at the same time.
Yeah, we don't need a black Thor. We already had
Some Some people
Yeah,
call it.
and Hancock is an original character. Why is that so fucking difficult? I make my own original characters all the time. It's not that fucking hard, people.
If even I can do it, then there's no excuse.
Yeah. All you need is just a little bit of creativity. It's not rocket science to create a character. It's not. I already have created a full cast of character. I've already created concept art for a full cast of characters for my anime I hope to make someday, Snuff Machinery. I already have a full cast of main protagonists, main antagonists, side and secondary characters, all with their own backstories and everything. So tell me it can't be done. Like I said, wouldn't it be better to just give black people their own characters rather than just saying, you know what, black people, we'll give you a shitty hand-me-down of a very beloved character. Like it's just kind of demeaning if you really break it down. And honestly, Zack Snyder, you should. I can't believe this may make me sound petty, but I don't care. Zack Snyder, I've lost all respect for you.
Kimimorra, I have to go for right now. I'll be back in a while, right?
Peace.
But yeah. Ah, crap, we lost someone.
Lost Mav.
I'm here still.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
the
I closed out the wrong person. I didn't know it was Miku saying they had to go. That was my bad.
It's fine.
By the way, anyone else who's interested in still being a guest, just send me a DM or something, or mention in the live chat, but still send me a DM so I can send you the link.
Well, I would like
I just want to make sure that like the podcast stays lively. Not saying I can't keep a podcast going with 2 or 3 people, but yeah, anyway. But I lost a lot of respect for Zack Snyder, and I have been defensive of Zack Snyder for quite some time. I wouldn't say I'm a Zack Snyder fanboy, but I think the hatred towards Zack Snyder is unwarranted for the most part. Like, I remember Dishonored Wolf, who I have massive amounts of respect for, once said that Zack Snyder has never made a good movie in his life. And I'm like, what? What kind of bullshit is that? He even said that apparently the Dawn of the Dead remake was bad. Seriously? Like, I was always under the impression people like the Dawn of the Dead remake. Like, rather it's as good as the original is not the point. It stands on its own as its own thing for the most part.
I actually kind of like the remake up until the ending, which kind of pisses me off. I kind of hate
the downer ending is kind of a kick in the balls, but I get what Snyder was going for because a lot of his work, what the hell is his name? John Romero's work usually had downer endings. The original Night of the Living Dead was one of the original movies to have a really downer ending. I mean, Night of the Living Dead ends with our main character doing everything right to survive in the end, but still dying.
I would have just, if there's a twist ending like a false one, I would have ended like Jason X or even freaking Army of Darkness style. You know, the part where Jason X dies, where he tries to do the twist ending, kind of like that, almost into the ending where the Earth got nuked.
And not only that, but I would argue that the 300 films are good, damn good. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna say that the 300 movies are high art or anything, but they don't need to be. The 300 movies are fucking awesome, and they're visually impressive, especially for their time.
I think we lost Wolf.
Damn it. Like I said, anytime I try to do a stream, something goes wrong. I swear I'm cursed sometimes.
It's fun. I can understand that. StreamYard's a bitch.
Yeah. All right. Give me a second. Let me see if I can figure this out. might have to pull up an intermission video or something.
All right.
Yeah, well, I can figure out what to do.
So you're inviting one of your friends.
The thing is that people want to talk about how important, frickin'. So people want to talk about like how important or how much they love Black Panther, but you know what's funny?
Yeah.
What's funny is this. Black Panther's comic book sales dropped when the movie came out. They didn't increase.
Well, that's what you call about the false woke, just so you know, to be honest. This wokeness just caused a lot of bad tomatoes. Rotten. Not even Rotten Tomatoes can save their lives. Can save their asses.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like, once again, just some guy spoke about this. He said straight up, I don't want to hear any of you talking about how much you love Black Panther unless I see a comic in your hand. And that's true. I feel the same way. Like when I say I support something, I freaking support it. Going back to Kodomo Jiken, I don't just watch the anime. I bought the manga.
Sup, Wolf?
And keep in mind,
Oh yeah, that my internet.
it's important to understand how dedicated I am to the series because the manga never got released in the West. I had to get my copies of Kodomo Jiken imported all the way from Japan. Not only that, but I also support the merchandise. I follow Watashia, the woman who wrote it.
What's with the static sound? Is that Jimmy?
I don't know. I'll let him figure that out.
Hello?
Hello?
It's not letting me change my profile.
That's weird. It should be letting you.
Well, I did change my profile pic, and I mostly use G4 or G5 just to let you know that. I'll show you my profile pic. Ta-da!
Although there is some weird static noise.
Yeah, that's probably from.
I don't know what that's all about, Miku.
Static from my mic?
Yeah, there's like a static noise coming from you.
Oh, let me reset this. Let me reset the website.
There's still a lot of bugs need to work out on this app.
Well, I don't know if it's StreamYard or what it is.
Probably
Either way, like I was saying, I actually support the artist. I remember if I wasn't broke at the time, I would have donated money to the Kickstarter to get Kodomo Jiken released in the West. I actually buy the manga, and I support the series in any way that I can. So whenever I hear these frauds saying how much they love Black Panther and how much Black Panther means to them, it's like, okay, show me your Black Panther comics. Show them to me. Oh, you don't have any? It's because you're one of those people that's just like, oh, I'm going to jump onto something that's popular. Because people truly thought that it was some kind of historical moment when Black Panther came out, and they thought they were being a part of history. Even though anyone with half a brain knows that Black Panther was not the first Black superhero movie, and there were Black superhero movies well before Black Panther ever came around. And they always have to try to spin it like, well, this is the first time it's ever been done by a Black director, and has been done by a major studio. Stop trying to reach. Like you're gonna try to say that Blade wasn't involved with by a major studio? Like, fuck off. I had to listen to that bullshit all the time, and it was so annoying. I sadly missed out on the Black Panther thing. I never got to outside of like stuff on Twitter and Facebook, I never got to voice how irritated I was by that whole situation. That really pissed me off. But yeah, that's just kind of my thoughts on that. Fuck you, Zack Snyder. You're a fucking retard. I was all for keep the Snyderverse going, but now you can go fuck yourself, Zack Snyder. If you ever get your sequel to Justice League, I don't fucking care.
All right, I got it fixed.
Yeah, because I despise people who virtue signal like that.
Yeah, Zack Snyder is supposed to know better. He's supposed to be the champion of comic book fans and one of the few directors that hasn't gone full retard. No, Zack Snyder, you're just like all these other jackasses in Hollywood. You're no different. You're exactly like them.
Probably Zack
Unfortunately, some of the few credible, comic book industry guys have gone full retard. Zack Snyder's gone full retard. So is J. Scott Campbell.
Michael Bay.
Michael
Bay,
Bay.
as far as I know, Michael Bay hasn't gone full retard. He's just always been a retard.
I'm just gonna say he used to make good movies, but now he's just getting old.
I think most people think, well, other than you and me, most people think that Uwe Boll is a retard. That's what they think, mostly because he can't.
Uwe Boll is actually a very smart man. I don't know why people say that Uwe Boll is dumb. He's anything but dumb. That man is actually very smart, and even I have respect for him. Yeah, I'm not gonna say I forgive him for some of the crappy video game adaptations he's made, like Far Cry and whatnot. But here's the thing. He is capable of making a good film when he wants to. I want to talk about this someday because I want to cover the Rampage trilogy on my channel. The Rampage trilogy is amazing, and the Rampage trilogy is proof that Uwe Boll does in fact have talent. And he can make a good movie if he truly wants to. And he's very passionate about his Rampage trilogy. It meant a great deal to him. That's why he got so pissed off by that famous video he made called Fuck Yourself, because the Rampage trilogy was very important to him. And when the crowdfunding thing failed, he was upset because he wanted to see his story that he's put a lot of time and effort to through the end. And he's like, fuck you, I'm going to make the movie anyway. Fuck yourself.
Yeah, here's the thing. Like, it really
also, not to mention, I have mad amounts of respect for a man that's able to give a middle finger to his government and not have to pay taxes. Yeah, God, this is proof that he's not an idiot. He managed to find a way to basically give his government the middle finger and not have to pay taxes. And I don't care what you say. You should not demonize someone for not wanting to pay taxes, because taxes is theft, okay? Don't try to defend taxes, okay? Because you're just defending extortion. And Uwe Boll's a smart man.
I want to see something. Like, what really pisses me off about it's not something to do with Rampage, but someone I know, like Jeremy Harding, rips off the dialogue that, the best monologue of the Rampage, the footage clips of his YouTube
I know
channel.
exactly what you're talking about. The big speech he gives in the second one, Capital Punishment, one of the best written speeches and monologues I've ever seen. Like, good God, Uwe Boll and Brandon Fletcher, they knocked it out of the park with that. That is just such an honest example of just good writing, but also just preaching the truth. Outside of a couple hiccups, like the random point about gun control, which was bullshit, but that's besides the point. Like, outside of that, he for the most part, just the speech is great.
Here's the thing. Like, the big speech part was the best part up until in 2011, Jeremy Harding ruined it, which pisses me the fuck off, even though it exists in 2009, way before he started it. So he predates the shit. So I think Jeremy ripped off that shit, which pissed me the fuck off, to be honest.
It's possible, because Bill Williamson is a very fascinating character. Rather you agree with Bill Williamson or not, I appreciate the care that Brendan Fletcher and Uwe Boll took to make him a fascinating character. Like Jigsaw, he is a very fascinating man, and even if you don't agree with him, his philosophy is something that can resonate with you on some level. What I love about Bill Williamson as a character is he holds up a mirror to society. If you hate Bill Williamson, you hate him because he's holding up a mirror to you. And it's fucking brilliant.
Yes. Interesting.
And not to mention, he's charismatic as fuck. Like, these dickheads in the WWE and AEW really need to start taking lessons from Brandon Fletcher. That motherfucker has so much charisma. He gave freaking Bill Williamson so much character. Bill Williamson is just every time he's on screen, he holds your attention.
Yeah, not even the help of Eddie Kingston from AEW and Karrion Kross would save WWE and AEW, to be honest. Like, with good enough wrestlers, it won't save a bunch of vanilla midgets, fat pieces of shit, and those huge guys with no personalities. We need good characters with charismas, not always big guys. We always wanted charismas.
Here's the thing. It's not about. Here's the thing. A real quick thing about wrestling. Contrary to popular belief, wrestling is not about wrestling. Unlike what Smarks will tell you, wrestling was always about story and characters. Wrestling was no different than any other TV show. It was about stories and it was about character. And in its prime, WWE was all about stories and characters and larger than life people. Like you see people like The Rock, The Undertaker, Kane, Goldberg, Steve Austin. These people were larger than life characters that just had so much charisma and they told stories.
I love Big Show.
Loved them for it.
I really love The Edge, Rob Van Dam, and especially Jeff Hardy. They're the badass.
Like, here's the thing: you don't need to be a big guy to be successful in the WWE. You just need to have a character. For example, Eddie Guerrero wasn't the biggest wrestler in the world, but everybody loved Eddie Guerrero because he had a great character, and he would entertain you.
And even controversial opinion, that piece of shit known as Chris Benoit has way better characters and stories. Even though he's a piece of shit and very taboo, he's technically had good characters and personality, even though the shit he did in the past, which we won't discuss.
Yeah, I mean, all it is about character. And again, rather you agree with Bill Williamson or not, he's a good character, and I love him whenever he's on screen. Like you can watch the Rampage trilogy for Brandon Fletcher's performance as Bill Williamson alone and be entertained. But yeah, that's just that. So another quick thing I want to talk about before we begin to the main topic is some jagoff decided to say that Orihime from Bleach is a bad character, and like I'll pull this up to give you guys some context. It really pissed me off. He's like, Orihime is a bad character. She's just like Hinata and Sakura. I'm sick and tired of people comparing Orihime to Sakura and Hinata. It's so fucking cliche. I hate it.
Like, even
love them or hate them, I didn't even Sakura or Hinata are useless characters.
Even I'm just a poor, probably homeless man that live in a shitty garage. I do had character in heart that I actually had, that I can actually do some great speeches and monologues, just to let you know. I actually do had sometimes great charismas of character of my own self. I don't follow always everyone. I can actually follow my own footsteps and pass on to someone else, just to let you know.
Yep. Damn it. Cooperate with me, you damn mouse. I swear I'm going to get me a new mouse. Okay, so here we go. So a while back, I came across this video. Well, not a while. yeah. So I came across this video called Orihime Inoue is more important than you think, because everyone likes to shit on Orihime, and it's really freaking annoying. And I made this comment right here that got a lot of attention. I am so sick of people that try to unironically say that she is one of the worst female characters in anime. It's infuriating. If she wasn't around, a lot of characters would be dead. And that's true. A lot of characters would be dead if Orihime never existed.
Yeah.
And then you get this fucking asswipe saying, you lost me when you said that she was a three-dimensional character. He just runs his freaking mouth.
Interesting. I
Damn.
can hardly see his username though. It's just so fucking small, even with my phone. Just to let you know.
Yeah. So, like, this is some of the stuff he said. Hold on.
I need to see his username.
It's probably just the same shit I've heard from other people shitting on her.
Could be a possibility.
Yeah, and what ear is he calls himself Angle Cop or something like that, something really stupid. And he decides to post this, which is freaking annoying. And of course, he can't freaking explain himself. The most he says is this. This is the most he offers
How
in
high
like
are
a
you?
defense of like Orihime sucking. And it's like, I'm like, why is Orihime a bad character? I explained to him aspects of Orihime's character that makes her relatable and three-dimensional. Just the stuff with her brother alone shoots that in the foot.
He's basically saying they're bad because they're attractive fantasy waifu housewives.
Yeah, that's bullcrap. And it's like, oh my god. Whenever people always try to say this about Orihime, it's infuriating. It's like, here's the thing. I know people get annoyed at me when I say that I think something sucks, rather it's a death battle episode or an anime, but here's the thing. At least I can explain why I think something's bad. You know? I at least have some process that I go through to explain why it's bad. I can tell you why I think something's good. I can tell you why I think something's bad. This guy can't say jack shit. And I'm like, just explain yourself. If you can't explain yourself, then why even say something at all?
Hello there. I can hardly see his username.
Who's Hardhead?
Hardhead. Yeah,
That's
I do
me.
know. Wait, are you Ross or that Pokemon? That's why.
How do you get this link?
Rampardos, yes. Can you hear me?
Hardhead.
Yes,
Wait,
we can hear you, but
Wait a minute,
one
are you
question.
Ross? Is that you? You sound familiar. That Pokemon.
Yeah, I was Infinite on the other one. I couldn't find a good picture of Infinite.
Interesting. I do had another picture.
Yeah. Well, actually, we may end up getting a chance to talk about, because odds are Orihime inevitably show up in some of these waifu tier lists. But the main point I want to get across is, whether you like Orihime as a character or not, I'm not going to act like Orihime is my favorite Bleach character. She isn't, not by any means. How sit here and try to say that Orihime isn't a well-written character? She's written by ever walked the earth. Sosuke Aizen. He gave us Stark. He gave us Lilynette, Geen, all these characters that people love. Grimjaw. How are you going to say, then are you trying to say that Taite Kubo doesn't know how to write good characters? It's just infuriating.
Well, there are always people that shit on Blands.
Oh, I know. Sakura of Bleach. No, she's not.
Yeah, these characters. That's why they say.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously,
How dare you think Orihime is a three-dimensional character? Care to three-dimensional character?
She's School Housewife. Yeah, try again.
Like, I don't even think this guy knows what a three-dimensional character is. A three-dimensional character is a character that not only exists outside their own personality, their own life, and all that stuff. A character that starts to feel more and more real. You know? Like dimensional character by any stretch of the. She has her own motivation. She has her life outside of the main characters because we've had entire episodes dedicated to just Orihime and the stuff that goes on. Moment where Orda said like you have this amount of time to your friends. Orihime goes to try to say goodbye to all to Ichigo. It shows that bitch, she's in love with Orihime, and that's it. She offers nothing more beyond Izuru, and nothing would be different. But you would damage the story beyond repair, and a lot of characters would be dead. Orihime is integral to Bleach, just as much as Ichigo and Rukia is. Hell, I would argue that Orihime, how many times does Rukia and then has to be saved by someone? I swear to God, Rukia has had to get her ass saved way more times than Orihime ever did. Like, seriously, I can't because Rukia gets her fucking ass kicked by a random fucking hollow. About useless. How about we talk about Rukia, who can't do, all she ever does is show up and get her ass. Oh, but people will worship the ground, Rukia.
Yeah, but she
Yarrow, and she only did so because Anyero got caught off guard. Yep. She barely beat Anyero.
Yeah, the only thing she has is that she defeated D-Roy, who's easily one of the weakest Ronkars.
Aranyero's the weakest go through against Cyalopro. Cyalopro put Renji through fucking hell. Even then, Renji was still able to fight because Mayuri had to show up, but he still put up an admirable.
Yeah.
Even if he did get his ass kicked because Sile has a bunch of.
She actually beat D-Roy because he's one of the weakest of Ronkars.
Yeah, it's another thing. Even at Huches, he was worthless. And even then, like, as soon as that happens, Grimmjow immediately just one-shots her like a piece of garbage.
Yep.
Like, could you imagine Rukia actually fighting someone like Grimmjow, Ulquiorra, or Stark? That would be a fucking punch. Yeah. And I'm not saying, like, I think, again, how many times has Rukia had to fucking... Rukia couldn't even beat fucking Rukia.
Definite.
Let's say out of all the Soul Reapers, she has one of the worst win-loss records.
Yeah, she's literally getting her ass kicked.
Soul Reaper if she loses some.
And you can't use the excuse that Shinigami. Renji's a Renji by the end.
Yep.
And you can't say it's because she's a Lieutenant Shinigami, because the Lieutenant Shinigamis did a lot better. Like, look at what happened to Bara. He's like literally less than even Ikkaku. I'm starting last time.
Yeah.
Like so far, the highest the stream has gotten is 17 viewers. I don't know if it's because I chose to do.
Kim, just so you know, I'm just gonna take a shower in about 10 minutes, and
that's the thing that sucks. People always like my critics always try to tell me that you think my viewers watch as many views. So like, what am I supposed to do? I have to give my fans what they want. I can't watch, you know. Yeah, that's one thing I noticed. The stream hasn't been all that stable.